Hi everyone, welcome back. Couple of things. I uploaded a video last night, which was a video from earlier in the week. So so that wasn't yesterday's work. Secondly, where do I want to get to today with this? Right. So it might seem a bit silly, but I want to get this to the jet wash. I just want to kind of see what's underneath it all. Looking at the wheels closely, they're very dirty. The frame, the engine, the chain, the swing arm is shocking. It really needs a squirt of water, but it has to start up and ride for 30 seconds for that to happen. So I want to get the tank plumbed in and seated, not necessarily bolted down. If I can get it to the jet wash today, my next step is, when I get it back, pop the spark plugs again. Once I've sealed the airbox properly, which I have done, I think it runs a little bit worse instead of better. And I think that makes sense. The air filter in there I cleaned. It's very dirty still. It just needs a clean one, and I've ordered one, so that's great. So I want to see how black the spark plugs are at some point today. So first thing, fire the bike up, warm it up, see if it will ride me 30 seconds round the corner to my jet wash. Second thing, jet wash the bike big time. Big time, spend a lot of time doing it. Third thing is mess with the carb adjustment, the balance. Now there's a way of doing it properly. I've seen it online, but I don't know how. I don't know where the balancing screws go. Like you know, on a conventional one you've got them at the top. I don't know where they are here. What I can do though, is put this screw in as far as it goes and count it as you would an air fuel screw, so I know where my base area is, and then I can play with it. At the moment it revs lovely on the higher revs, and it's not so good on the lower, which makes me think it's very slightly out of sync. But I'm not worried about it. The engine sounds great. The oil's brand new, the oil's changed. What else? So a bit of balancing, a bit of cleaning, a bit of messing around with stuff like that. At some point I want to get the exhaust painted black, just standard matte black. Obviously I want to paint the front mudguard at some point. I want to paint all these back bits at some point, but that's not really priority at this stage. Priority is get the new air filter in and get it kind of up and running. Look at the brakes. I haven't looked at the brakes yet. At the moment they just work, but I need to have a good look at the pads and stuff. Get the tank fitted and seated properly, full time, and stuff like that. I've got the new front light. I might even fit that today. That's going to involve some chopping. I'm going to be chopping, I think I'm going to be chopping here like I did last time, and here like I did on the phaser that time, so that we keep this as the securing bracket and the rest disappears and the light goes under there. Something kind of like that, and so on. But yeah, it didn't start easily yesterday, even though in the video it looks like it started. It didn't start. I actually needed to use some easy start to help it out, and it's doing that every time. So I think part of that is the carb balancing issue, and part of that is the air, not enough air going through at the moment issue. So yes, so let me get this tank seated on and plumbed in. That's priority number one. I've got a full can of juice there, 6 litres, that the whole thing will go in, and we'll wait. We'll let that settle. We'll hope it's not dripping straight out the carb. That's all kind of doable. Let's get it warmed up, and let's get it down to the jet wash. Let me get that part out the way, because I'm just sick of, I think I'm sick of the lack of progress I'm feeling on this bike already. And I just think with a bit of a clean and all of this, the wheels and stuff, I might feel a little bit more like that, you know, there's some progression. So I do want to get that done. Great. So immediate problem with the new tank, guys, the tap leaks like hell. yeah, so I mean, it's very, very lucky I have my original tank, which isn't tested, by the way, so it might leak. But this tank was advertised as perfect working condition. So that is very annoying. If I had to wait for a tap, I'd be really pissed. But I'm going to just swap them around and hope that solves the issue, and that's a quick fix on this occasion. I said to you guys I was going to pop the spark plugs for you and check them. I expect them to be quite black. If they are quite black, the air filter is restricting airflow. I have ordered a new one, that's on its way. So I think we're in the kind of finer tuning stages of this bike, which is nice, you know, but yeah. So yeah, what I like is it is starting on the key, it is starting on the press. I am going to look into how you actually balance the carbs. There's an area somewhere where you put in your balancing screws, I'm sure. Definitely going to look into that. And all these overflow pipes, I mean, they're not an issue anyway, but yeah, so let's do that. Let's pop these spark plugs black. I'm expecting black. Let's see. So guys, let's have a look. I'm expecting quite black, but I'm always wrong, so it's probably like white. Ah, come on. This is a lesson. Don't take the ratchet off too early. Ah, it's not black. That's not black at all. That's actually quite white. So that's running quite lean, a lot of air. Although saying that, remember the airbox had that extra airflow. Although now I'm expecting the airflow to be restricted, aren't I? I wonder if I take this. This is the extra piece of airflow that you can go through. Nah, I don't want to mess with that right now. To be fair, guys, that's actually a lovely colour of spark plug. It's not pure white. It's a kind of nice. It's got bits of brown on it. It's probably a touch whiter than it should be, which means when I put in the new air filter, slightly more airflow, it will probably go a bit whiter than this. So technically, this bike should probably be updated slightly on both the main jet, technically. So that's something we can look into. I'll pop the other plug anyway just to look, but I'm sure it will look exactly the same, like that kind of. I think that is an optimal spark actually. I'm not worried about that at all. It's one of the best ones I've seen in a long time, and we've been revving it quite hard, so I'm pleased. But the bike isn't running as smooth as it should. I'd quite like to take the air filter out and try it with no air filter restriction. Let me see if I've got the energy. So guys, we popped the airbox off and ran the bike without an air filter at all, and it felt exactly the same. So with restriction and without restriction, it's throttling exactly the same. So we need to really work out what's going on there. What does it need? Me being me, I'm going to pop the carbs again. Just because it's quick and easy now, I've got that kind of down to a T. It's not a huge issue. And I'm gonna check the jetting. The rear should be 88. The front should be 80, I believe. I'm going to double check that online. If the jets in there don't have that size on it, I'm going to be changing them to them sizes. I don't think I have idle jets. I'm not sure Jake's around, so I can't do anything with them for now. But I can make sure the main jets are in. I don't think the main jets are the issue at all, because it's idling, so the idle jet and the idle in the system is fine. It's revving up high, so it's got plenty fuel, and at full or main, it seems like a needle problem to me. Seems like a needle problem. So if the needle's adjustable, I will lower the needle one setting in case. What are we doing? Are we letting out too much or too little? Too little. I'm going to try lower and higher. But I need to keep Rabjab entertained, so I've got him a big saw, and he's going to start the front headlight. So we're going to be chopping here, Rabjab, and here, and then I believe, so once that's off and that's off, holding this on is only that bolt and that bolt. So basically, Rabjab, I just want this bottom frame gone, and it should only be that and that and that left. Cool? And I'm going to be working on the carbs. So Rabjab's doing the front light. He's done what I asked him to do, so he's sawed through here and here perfectly, and he's undoing the bolts, and then we'll lose that frame. It's actually really heavy. What you'll see that the bike's gone from that fairing fat look to straight away. Look at the difference. A more trial kind of look. What's up? What cable? Yeah, just get a screwdriver or something and pop it out. I didn't even know that was there. Yeah, straight away the stance of the bike looks much better. I'm just going to undo the light. Have you seen it already? Is it just plain? Yeah, I've bought these ones before, but they've never come in a box like this. To be fair, it's more protected. Let's see. They normally come broke, and this one's not. So that's not bad news at all. Yeah. One thing we're going to struggle with a little bit here. What's up?
That's connected under there.
Where? Oh, that's fine. I was moving that anyway. Okay. So if you undo that bolt, yeah, same 10 I think. Yeah, I was moving that bottle anyway. What was I saying? Yes, the light at the moment is going to sit quite low because it's going to be here. So we're going to have to think about this. It may be that we go to a simple, small mechanical speedo, and we bolt it higher up here somewhere, or yeah, probably clamp it here somewhere. But for now, we'll do this one. I don't know actually. If we can get it set up there, it'll be alright. Or if we can smash this up without it snapping, like bend it forward a touch. We'll have a little play with that. I noticed a couple of things. This airbox had two areas. This one down here that I've just plugged up, and this one here that should go onto the engine now, which is that one right there. I don't know if I had them pushed in. That one I had pushed in definitely. No, I didn't at first actually. I think I missed 3 pieces that somehow deal with extra air in the system. That bottom one was off, so that was letting in more air than it should. And it makes a difference. The size of that hole was quite big. On top of that, we had that one there letting air in as well, potentially, depending on how well that area sealed. So we were letting in that much more air. I think the bike's running worse because there's too much air, which makes sense that the spark plugs are fairly white. So I'm going to chuck this back on before going nuts and back down into the jets. Chuck this back in, make sure they are all connected up properly, and give it another shot like that. It'll probably feel exactly the same, but it takes literally, 2 minutes to chuck it all back on and try it while it's all like this. So you'd be nuts not to. So Rabjab's doing an amazing job here at the front. He's actually saved me so much time. He's sorting out the front light. He's not going to do any wiring at the moment, that's fine. But actually getting it all placed is brilliant. I'm still working on the airbox. I'm just placing it all back together. I'm going to throw the lid on. I've been really meticulous about all of the plumbing and pipes this time. So you have to kind of do that at this stage to know that that you're not messing up massively doing simple mistakes. So this is absolutely back to bog standard setup with all of the tubes. The ones that are plugged, the ones that are flowing, that's like this one and the one behind there. And yeah, so I want to fire it up one more time, maybe play with that mixture screw again one more time, and see how we're going. But the stance of the bike's quite cool. Look, it's got a light on it. It's, yeah, look at that. Lovely. So guys, we're all sealed up fully now. There's a bit of fuel in there. Let's see if it sounds better at all. Let's see. I know for a fact I drained every last bit of fuel out the last time I ran it, so let's get some fuel into the carbs. Sorry, Roger. Hey, hold the camera for me. Cheers, man.
What's that? That's that petrol in there. Sound more, much better, much better.
Tiny bit of delay. I still think it could be a touch crisper. I think I need to throw the tank on. I'm going to button this all down properly, throw the tank on, take it for another spin. That's the only way you can really tell, guys. Yeah, I'm going to have to do that. I don't know where fuel was coming from there. I don't know what happened. That is an overflow, but attached to nothing. So how on earth has fuel come up from nowhere? That does not make sense. Or did it drip down from somewhere? Oh, it's probably just dripping down here and onto that. Yeah, right, that makes sense. Yep, tank on and see if it makes any difference. I won't plumb it in, obviously. I'll just chuck it on and see how that goes. We'll just secure this by hand because it's not its final place. It just gives us an idea of where it's going. Right, tank on, Rabjo, that's what we're doing. So guys, just messing around here at the front. Indicators are on. I think the relay's gone. Listen to the relay, it's down here. Yeah, it don't sound too healthy, and then that happens front and back. Left side doesn't, rear stays on, front doesn't do anything at all. So I think the front wiring's dead anyway. So I might need to run a wire from the rear all the way to the front. It should be orange and, no, what one? Either orange and green or green and black. But yeah, so it's either a relay or the fact that the relay is not being powered enough on this side. So I'm going to try and run wires from that to the front just to see if that is what's going on. And if that is the case, I'll just hide them, run these wires and hide them, and you'll have all the same power when the left indicator is on, you see. But I think it's probably a relay issue because the right side, look, comes on. It's a bit better with the engine. It's a bit better with the power, but still not normal. It's not actually flipping. So I think the relay's gone as well, and I think the wiring's dead for the left-hand side for some reason. So I have to look into that. Here's the kind of stance of the bike at the moment. The tank isn't seated at all, but the front light, I thought I'll just get it kind of put together. Okay guys, so front headlight is kind of on and set up. It doesn't look great at the moment, but it does its basic job. I mean, ignore all this. It's not kind of fixed and stabilised yet. Ideally, I want this sitting flatter as well. I'm going to consider how I do that. But yeah, there's your kind of Street Fighter stance. It's okay, it works, it does the job. The tank's not seated, so don't worry about how weird that looks. Yeah, I mean, loads and loads of work done today, even though it doesn't necessarily feel like it. But oh well, let's have a look at the light anyway. Annoying thing about this light is there's no on and off switch. I hate that, because when you're messing with electrics and stuff, then it's just killing the battery. Watch this. It takes a little while to warm up this one. I disconnected the speedo. Oh, that's interesting. There must be is it electric speedo? Oh yeah, the high beam was on. The neutral lights were not on. The indicators are all over the place. So what's going on with the clocks? Why have they gone so weird? I'm going to have to look into that. I don't know. I'll look at the wiring. They've been hanging off the bike and stuff. It's all probably loose. And then I'll check the fuses in here in case it's gone. It must be a digital speedo rather than... Oh no, hang on. Yeah, it is. Hang on. Is that digital? I think it is. Where's that go? Up there, round there, round. Bloody hell.